在我们所说的气候极端里头，最严重的一个是洪水，另外一个是旱灾。全世界现在还有一个地区是波斯湾地区，非常多的城市都已经处于干旱的状态。从叙利亚、伊朗到波斯湾，这个地方将来很可能会因为干旱而发生让你惊讶的改变。另外，我们刚才特别提到，今天是《文茜的世界周报》的第17年的第一集。在16年前，我们开播的第一集，我们报道的是卡翠娜风暴，它发生在2005年的8月29日。
Hurricane Ida roared ashore on Sunday.
这一天是8月29号，多么可怕的巧合
！Incredibly, Hurricane Ida made landfall on the exact day, the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, and it struck the same part of Louisiana. Katrina also produced record storm surge, upward to 28 feet along the Mississippi coast. So far, we are not seeing that kind of surge with Ida.
新闻里一再提起的卡翠娜飓风，是刻在纽奥良人心里最深的一道伤疤。
Early Sunday morning, Katrina had built into a dangerous Category 5 hurricane barreling towards New Orleans.
On August 29, Hurricane Katrina slammed into the Gulf Coast. The world watched as the levees surrounding New Orleans failed, flooding the city, leaving tens of thousands stranded and more than 1,000 dead.
准确的说是1833人，包括当下被大水淹死，还有因为救援太迟而枉死的人数。
How are you doing, sir?
I'm not doing good.
What happened?
The house just split in half.
Your house split in half?
Right here on Hollingham, Bayview. Back, we got up in the roof, all the way to the roof, and water came and the house just opened up, divided.
Who was at your house with you?
My wife.
Where is she now?
Can't find her body. She gone.
You can't find your wife?
Oh, she told me that bird. She told me. I tried. I hold her hand tight as I could, and she told me, "You can't hold me." She said, "Take care of the kids and the grandkids and my kids."
What's your wife's name in case we can put this out there?
Tony Jackson.
Okay, and what's your name?
Hardy Jackson.
Where are you guys going?
We ain't got nowhere to go, nowhere I'm going. I'm lost. That's all I had. That's all I had.
Like so many others, Hardy Jackson didn't realize how fast the floodwaters would rise, how dangerous it was to stay at home in Biloxi, Mississippi. Hardy's wife, Tanette, was a good swimmer and didn't want to leave, so Hardy decided to stay with her. Deep down, Tanette must have sensed the danger because she sent their 3 children and grandchildren away from the house to higher ground.
This is a picture, the only picture with my mom and my dad together that was able to be saved.
Tony, Hardy and Tanette's daughter, was only 15 when Katrina hit.
I was trying to beg to stay, but my dad told me, your mom knows best, so just go on and go to your friend's house.
那是他此生最后一次见到他的妈妈，他的妈妈最后连尸首也没找到。
I'm sorry. Only if I could have her back just for one day.
卡翠娜风灾最惨重的灾区在纽奥良。
Bodies in the streets, human beings decomposing for days. About a week after the storm hit, I was in a small boat on a flooded street in New Orleans. We came across the body of a man laying on top of a car.
It's a sickening sight, and it is just incredible to think that you're in the United States. I've never seen anything like this in the United States. This is something we've seen in Rwanda and the genocide in Sri Lanka after the tsunami, but a week after a storm to still have bodies exposed, just laying out dead is, it's mind-boggling.
These are some of the very first aerial pictures of what New Orleans looks like today.
The flooding left 80% of New Orleans underwater.
Even though we had predicted it, even though on paper we knew what was going to happen, the first time I actually saw it from the air, I just couldn't believe it. You know, it was a sight beyond my own imagination.
没有人能想到，因为卡翠娜在登陆当时级别比这次的艾达还低。
As a Category 4 hurricane, when it struck land near Port Fourchon with winds gusting at 150 miles per hour, Katrina was a Category 3 storm when it made landfall with winds of about 127 miles per hour.
为何会如此知名呢？主要是纽奥良位于密西西比河出海的城市，绝大多数市区低于海平面。当然，纽奥良也不是毫无防备，整道海岸建了巨大的堤防保护，真爱人的力量难以胜天。
It was classified as a Category 3 storm. Katrina was only 1 day away from the Louisiana coast when the mayor of New Orleans issued an evacuation order. Unfortunately, it was too late. The sea level had already risen in a phenomenon called storm surge. Water rapidly rose up against the city's levees, a series of walls designed to keep the area from flooding. Before Katrina made landfall, the levees broke. A wall of water rushed into the city, trapping thousands. What followed was one of the worst natural disasters in U.S. history. Storm surge was the main cause of death during Katrina. In fact, it can be the most dangerous part of any hurricane. It occurs when strong winds from an approaching hurricane push water into the shore. As the sea rises, a bulge of water sweeps over coastal areas, causing destruction along the way. These are the normal astronomical tides at Dauphin Island to the east of New Orleans. When you compare them to the water levels during Hurricane Katrina, you can see the dramatic rise. That's the storm surge. A storm surge can also be unpredictable. Rising sea levels caused by global warming increase the risk of storm surge, but there are many factors that can change its size and strength. For example, the largest one recorded before Katrina was about 22 feet during Hurricane Camille in 1969. But Camille was a Category 5 storm with 190-mile-per-hour winds. Katrina was only a Category 3 with 130-mile-per-hour winds, but it had a storm surge of about 28 feet. Katrina had lower winds than Camille, but it was twice as wide, which dramatically increased the storm surge.
Man, we got to warn, we got to tell as many people as we can to get out.
In 2005, Ivor Van Heerden was working the Hurricane Center at LSU. He watched the storm approach, knowing the damage and death it could bring. Many didn't have the means to leave. Some didn't have a car, didn't have a place to go, or the money to pay for a hotel room in Baton Rouge or any place else away from Katrina's path. Others didn't really believe the warnings, didn't know the levees would fail. Van Heerden knew not everyone would leave, and when he got word the levees had failed, all he could do was sit by and watch.
You know people are going to die, and you feel helpless, like, I'm trying. Sorry.
It's from our room. It's from our room.
It's devastating. I mean,
Oh, God.
actually,
气候变迁是真的，遗憾的是，即使在卡翠娜风灾夺走1800多条人命的16年后，依然有人不相信。